Hey, what's up, everybody, my beloved? This is Angel. It's been a while since I've posted on YouTube, and I wanted to come out and just share with you a few insights to what I'm going to do in the next 3 to 9 months. In the next 3 to 9 months, there is going to be a catastrophic economic shift in the U.S. government. And that shift, that recession, as many people call it, is going to allow opportunity for people who are ready for it. Now, 5 years ago, this man was not entirely broke. I just wanted to figure out a way to elevate my wealth, and I didn't have much of it. I wanted to figure out ways to elevate my wealth to a level that I've never, ever possibly imagined. And I started to learn everything there was to learn about investing. When to invest, how to make the right picks, and that's very difficult to do. But what I did learn was, okay, when you feel that the economy is in trouble, like it is today, I mean, there is no rescuing the economy. It is in trouble for sure. And I am telling you, if you don't prepare yourself for this economy that is coming, you are going to miss out in an opportunity of a lifetime. And here's why. I don't think that we have ever, in all of my research, I have not found a situation that is very similar to the situation we're in now. There have been similarities, but I have not found in history anything close to what we are dealing with right now. And that's why I feel it's going to be like, if not even worse than the Great Depression. And they called it the Great Depression because of the years that in 1929 through like 1932, or maybe a little later, 34, something like that. They called it the Great Depression because it lasted so long. Like, in other words, when the economy fell and people lost their livelihood, their jobs, their money, the banks shut down. I mean, there was just panic across the entire country, real panic, real losses. The depression lasted about, it lasted a long time. I think some people say it lasted like 10 to 15 to 20 years to recover from it. Well, the fall is going to be very similar. In the same way that in 1929 to 1932, which was, I think 32 was the lowest. The fall, economic fall, was at its lowest before it started to slowly recover. I think in the next 3 to 9 months, it's going to be very close to happening. And this great happening, a lot of people talk about the happening, the Black Swan event. There's a lot of terms used to describe the economic, the catastrophic economic shift, or whatever you want to call it. What I want to focus on is, what am I going to do? Now, I don't know how it's going to affect me. I already have investments, but I'm not going to really trip out on what already is there. Whatever I already have invested is invested. It's there. I'm a long-term holder, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. Like, I don't own my own business. I work for a company that I enjoy doing what I do. Now, I'm at the very top of that company, and I don't foresee I'm in healthcare, And I don't foresee any really, I don't foresee healthcare really suffering too much of a blow when we have this when we have the happening, or when we have the Black Swan event, or when we have in simple layman terms, when we have a recession, right? I don't really feel it's going to impact me directly. I don't feel like I'm going to lose my job. I don't feel like my salary is going to be impacted. I don't feel like the funding's going to be impacted in any great way. I don't feel we're going to be in a situation where we have to shut our doors, because to be honest with you, we didn't shut our doors even when we had the COVID pandemic. We were healthcare, so essential worker, you name it, we were able to sustain the business of healthcare and thrive, believe it or not, during these last couple of years. And so all that said, I'm not worried about the Black Swan event, the recession that is coming. What I'm prepared to do is to capitalize from this event so that I can add an extra couple of zeros to the money that I have saved. Now, there are many people, and here's where I think you got to be careful how you do it. There's a lot of people that say, hey, don't go out there and don't be an employee. Be an entrepreneur. And I respect that. I want you to know that I think in heart and in mind, I am an entrepreneur, but in spirit, I use that entrepreneurship in the job that I have. And so I married kind of these two worlds together, where I'm an employee of a company where I get to be at the very top and run it sort of like I would if I was an entrepreneur running my own business. I get to do that, and I think that that's what employers need more, but that's a whole separate video. All I'm saying is I've been employed. I've had a job all my life. For the last 25 years of my career, I've been an employee. Now I just get to sit at the top and I get to run it like I would if it was my own company. And we're thriving. We're doing well. So I'm not too worried about the healthcare industry, much less the company that I run and the employees that I have working for the company that I run. So that said, I am prepared to face whatever economic hardship comes our way. And I've been preparing. Here's the thing. It hasn't been one thing. One thing is to say, hey, in the last 6 months, I've been reading all this news and I'm worried and I'm stressed out and I can't sleep because, what if it happens in 2 or 3 months and my employer cuts me from my job because I'm new, or I've only been there a couple years, and this employer likes to keep the decisions based off seniority. There's a lot of approaches employers take to cut people, but you're starting to see that. You're starting to see that with Tesla. You're starting to see that with Google. You're starting to see that with JP Morgan. You're starting to see that across these big companies. And if they're doing it, trust me, the ripple is going to continue across mid-sized companies and smaller companies to the very entrepreneur, owner of their own business, making the difficult decisions as well. Now, because it's already happening, you should have been prepared many years ago. You should have saw this coming when the government told us to all stay home. That was the warning sign. When the government said, everybody stay home, we're going to send you money, that should have been your ticker. As an investor, we look at tickers. And the ticker for me on opportunity was that very moment when the government said, stay home, COVID is rampant, and we're going to take care of you. When the government said we're going to take care of you, I said, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. I didn't let the government take care of me. I took care of my damn self, because I have been taking care of my damn self ever since I was 16. And ever since I was 16, I've made my own way. I've hustled legally. I've worked legally. I've done everything legally so that I can rest, I can sleep, I can wake up comfortably. So the next 3 to 9 months, if you're not ready for it, if you have $1,000, add an extra zero to that. The time is going to come where you, the average person like you and I, now, I don't know if people have 300K sitting around in the bank just for these opportunities. Maybe there's a lot of you who do, that listen to my channel. Be ready. If you have 10K, be ready. If you have $1,000, be ready. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, when I started with not that much money, a couple grand in the bank, and I started making moves. I think I saved $30,000 for 7 years. I'm talking, this is many years ago. $30,000 for 7 years, with the purpose of taking that $30,000 and investing it in a couple of different properties. Because real estate was something that I learned. Real estate was something that I was passionate about and still passionate about. And I invested that $30,000 into a few properties, and I made a great investment. So it took me 7 years of preparation for the opportunity. When foreclosures happened in 2007 or 8, I can't remember. 7 years before that, I was saving, and I was telling myself, man, it's not a good time yet. It's too expensive. Think about 2001, 2, and 3. I was saving about $1,000. I was working just like everyone else, but I was cutting the fat. I was not spending like crazy. I was not buying anything. No expensive watches, no expensive jewelry, nothing. I had nothing. All I was doing is save so that I can invest in real estate. But at the time, I had a magic number, and the magic number was $30,000. I wrote it. I put it down in my ledger. I saw it every morning. Angel, 30,000. Get there. It took me 7 years to get there, okay? When I got there, that was in 2008. I had 30 grand, 2008. I already owned the home that I was living in, right? I bought that as a foreclosure. I had 30 grand, so I bought a foreclosure. I put a little money down. I got an FHA loan. I put the littlest amount of money down. Bought my first home as a not my first home. Bought my home as a foreclosure. I took the rest of the money, bought a few investments, rented them out, and I told myself I'm gonna wait until the market recovers. What happened? Last year, this year, well, last year and the year before that, I dumped everything and I made a killing. Now I'm prepared. You see, I learned something. I learned sell high, buy low. Now that's difficult sometimes to kind of call it, but I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. I've learned, and I've done it all on my own. The government didn't take care of me. The government didn't give me the book. The government, I don't trust, because the government is not, they are not your friend. So, okay, moving on. The next 3 to 9 months is going to be that opportunity. And if you're not ready now, you're going to miss it. But if you're ready, be ready. Be ready, be smart, do your research, know what you're going to get into. And I guarantee that if you do your research and you play a little with the market in this next 3 to 9 months, when you're going to see it, it's going to happen. It's already happening. But I think there's still more to come. Worse to come in the stock market, in crypto, in real estate. I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna just be incredible. And I'm gonna jump in like you jump in cold water without first checking what's beneath it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take the leap of faith, and I'm gonna do it. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna post maybe 9 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, and I'm gonna reflect on this video, and I'm gonna tell myself, just myself, because this is why I do this, is I'm gonna say, man, well played. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you to the next.